Hey everybody, Dave coming to you from Piano Revival with another video. Saw a video from Mr. Robert Fithen a while back about 10 five-star albums and decided to jump on the bandwagon and show my stuff here. All of these groups are common groups. There's nothing rare. All of these groups or artists are not big groups. They're smaller. So all of these records you should be able to get for under $25 with really no problem at all. So we're going to jump right into it here. First group, Poco. These guys released a lot of albums over a long period of time. There's probably 4 or 5 really good ones. This, I think, is one of their better ones from 1974 called Cantamos. There was really no hits off of this. Really good, solid country rock. The band just sort of hit a groove in the early mid-70s, and a lot of the stuff they made was really good. This is an excellent album. There's no really bad songs on it, and it flows really well. This is the classic Poco lineup. And yeah, this is a really good album. These records are really easy to find. They're extremely affordable. Every bargain bin is just full of Poco albums. A word to the wise, though, some of them are just okay. This is certainly one of the better ones. Next up, I'm going to talk about Nick Lowe. Love Nick Lowe. Love this guy. He really hit a sweet spot in the late 70s, early 80s, and just released a string of really enjoyable albums. Just about everything on this record got radio play back in the day. Just you put this on, it just takes you right back to 1983. This was made. Just a great record. Nick Lowe right at the top of his game. You can't go wrong with this one. 5 stars all the way. This is probably one of the harder ones to find on my list, the first Canned Heat album from the 1960s. Mostly all cover songs on this, but Canned Heat, I'll tell you, they really were a great blues band. Went on to release 4 or 5 more really good records after this. I have mostly all of them anyway. This one may be kind of hard to find, although it has been reissued. And especially in good condition. I've seen quite a few of these that are just beat up, which is, people would just play the heck out of this. But an excellent 5-star album all the way. This is the oldest record on my list, Darin at the Copa. Bobby Darin certainly had an edge to him, unlike a lot of other crooners from the 50s. He wrote his own songs. He played his own instruments. And a really great singer. Also was a really good actor. Who was nominated for an Academy Award. Unfortunately, passed away at the age of 37. This record is... I was looking for a good one for a long time. I found this in bargain bins over and over and over. And these records were just beaten. This one is a reissue that I picked up at the Salvation Army. I think I paid $1 for it. 5-star. Side 1, he just steamrolls right through it. Mac the Knife and ends up with Dream Lover, which is one of his songs he wrote. Side 2 kind of tapers off a little bit, but 5 stars all the way. Really shows him at the top of his game. I believe he was around 30. He was around 26, 27 years old when this was made. 1962, I believe this was released. So another one you could no problem finding that at all. Next album I have here is the J. Geils band Bloodshot. A lot of these songs showed up a couple years later on the Blow Your Face Out Live album, which I was sort of thinking about including, but I didn't want to get top heavy with live albums. I think this is probably their best album. They sort of fell into that blues rock, boogie, funk type of groove. Really popular in the early mid 70s. This album, 1973. A lot of these songs got airplay back in the day. There's at least 3 bona fide hits off of this. Really at the top of their game. Some of their later albums, a little too poppy for my taste, but again, easy to find their records. They're everywhere, inexpensive, and really a five-star album right there from J. Geils Bloodshot. Next, I'm going to talk about UFO. This is their second album, Phenomenon. Just a hard rock band. It's kind of in the vein of Bad Company. Just a straight ahead hard rock, excellent band. The players were English. The guitar player was German. This was produced by Leo Lyons. He was the longtime bass player of 10 Years After. He really knew what he was doing. This is a solid hard rock album from beginning to end. I don't have to talk about UFO. I think a lot of people know about these guys. Sort of a second tier act, but easy to find their records. I don't think they ever made a bad album. And this one is solid from start to end. 5 stars on that one there. Now I'm going to move down here a little bit more. Talk about Hoodoo Gurus. 1985 on this one. Marzine's guitars. I think they probably caught lightning in a bottle on this one. I have 3 of their other records. They're nowhere as good as this one. Just solid power pop all the way through. You can put this on and it just flows from one song to the other. Every song is good and exceptional musicianship on this. The band was really at the top of their game. Bittersweet got some airplay back in the day, like Wild Wipeout. I heard that a little bit on the radio. From Australia, but this is, like I said, by far their best album. So enough 5 stars on that one. A little country music. Johnny Paycheck, obviously his big hit, "Take This Job and Massive, gigantic, ginormous hit, "Take This Job and Shove It." 1977 on this. I really like him a lot. He's a storyteller. Songs tell a story, mostly all of them. He started out Waylon Jennings' band, and then went solo. Got this down at the Salvation Army. Somebody had transferred it to a CD and then gave it away. So I'm more than happy to pick this up for $1 back in the day. Every song, excuse me, is really good, and I especially like Colorado Kool-Aid. What a storyteller on that one. About a fight in a bar where the Mexican get his ear cut off. It's pretty funny. So, yep. Unfortunately, he became addicted to cocaine, and his career just went down the toilet. He ended up stabbing a guy at a bar and was locked up in prison for a long time. Kind of a tragic story, but this is an excellent, probably one of his better albums, I think. Anyway, Johnny Paycheck, "Take This Job and Shove It." And again, easy to find. Any of these records, you can find them, no problem. I'm going to talk about Ted Nugent here. I'm not going to get into Ted's personal life. He is a brilliant guitar player and an excellent musician. Just talk about that. I have the Double Live Gonzo album, but I like this one better. It's recorded in smaller venues. It kind of has more of an intimate feel. It's not quite as bombastic as the other one. Also, all these songs are really fast, so there's no 20-minute solos or anything like that on this album. Classic side one's classic Nuge. Side 2 is I like side 2 better. He does a really great version of "Land of a Thousand Dances." Also, you get treated to, well, "My Love Is Like a Tire Iron," "Jailbait," and "I Am a Predator." So it's all Ted Nugent right at his best. 1981 on this one. So very enjoyable. Anybody who wants to take Ted Nugent in small doses could certainly benefit from this record here. Again, Mr. Nugent's albums, plentiful, inexpensive, easy to find. This is the most recent record on my list, 2010, Eminem's Recovery album. This is the only double album that I listed. I got a love-hate relationship with double albums. Sometimes I think it'd be better off if they just made one album out of two of them, but this one, enjoyable from beginning to end. I'm not a big hip-hop fan, but this is really, really good. I especially like going through changes. He samples Black Sabbath and sort of takes that song and goes with it. It's really, really good. I found this in a pile of crappy albums that had absolutely nothing to do with this, and I was really surprised about how much I liked it. Next album, I'll talk about Hot Tuna. Jack Cassidy and Cormac Kakokian, I think that's how you pronounce his name. They were in Jefferson Airplane, left after Volunteers formed their own group. This is their second album, a live album. They get into just an infectious groove on this. Jack Cassidy, he just puts on a bass clinic on this album. Also features Papa John Creech, recorded somewhere in California. I'm not sure where, some nightclub somewhere. And Hot Tuna albums, they're everywhere. This one I picked up at a used record store. Somebody put a sticker on here that said "Hot." Boy, they're not kidding. I have all of their two albums. This is my favorite album. I play this, but they just get into a groove on this thing, and it just does not let up. Highly recommended. Probably their best album, except the one after this is really good too. Okay, that's it. Okay, yeah, I know. They got some really great cover art on these. They're all done really well. So that's it. I got 11 5-star albums from non-famous groups that you can get for under $25. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see each other. We'll see you all again later. Bye now.